I was harassed at work. HR ignored me. They thought I would stay silent. They forgot one thing. I was the lead architect of the biggest merger in company history. If they wouldn't protect my dignity, I wouldn't protect their billions. This is how I dismantled a multi-million-dollar deal from the inside. The toxic culture. Helix Corp looked perfect from the outside. Glass offices, diversity posters, mental health slogans. Inside, it was power, ego, and silence. I joined as a junior systems analyst. 6 years later, I was leading financial integration architecture. Executives depended on my systems more than they depended on lawyers. The harassment started quietly. A director joked I was hired for optics. Another manager sent late-night messages disguised as mentorship. Meetings turned into interrogations about my personal life. It wasn't physical, it was psychological, calculated, constant, and documented. I collected screenshots, emails, witnesses. I believed HR would protect me. That was my first mistake. HR invited me into a bright room with soft chairs and fake empathy. They said, "We understand. We'll investigate. We take this seriously." 2 weeks later, I got an email. Case closed. No actionable violation found. They told me the director was critical to the merger. They told me conflict would destabilize leadership. They told me to be a team player. Team player. That phrase echoed in my head like a gunshot. I realized something. HR wasn't there to protect me. They were there to protect the company. And I was expendable. The merger was worth billions. 2 global giants combining into one mega corporation. Everyone focused on lawyers, contracts, and PR. But the real deal happened in the systems. Audit logs, financial reconciliation engines, compliance verification pipelines. I built them. Executives didn't understand them. Auditors trusted them. Partners feared them. A single inconsistency could freeze everything. I didn't hack. I didn't steal. I didn't sabotage hardware. I followed process. I followed approvals. I followed bureaucracy. Tiny workflow adjustments. Procedural delays. Data reconciliation flags. Everything documented. Everything compliant. Everything disastrous. They had buried my voice. So I buried their deal in paperwork. The final board meeting arrived. Executives wore expensive suits. Bankers drank champagne. Media prepared headlines. Then the dashboards turned red. Financial assets didn't match operational assets. Contracts contradicted revenue models. Compliance systems flagged high-risk inconsistencies. The partner company froze negotiations. Lawyers demanded explanations. Regulators requested audits. What should have been a celebration became a war room. Stock analysts noticed instability. Investors panicked. The valuation dropped before lunch. Executives searched for a hacker. There was none. The system was working exactly as designed. Within 48 hours, the merger collapsed. Stock price dropped. Market confidence vanished. Hundreds of millions in projected growth disappeared. HR leadership was fired. Executives resigned. The director who harassed me quietly left with a golden parachute. No one blamed me. No one could. Everything was policy. Everything was approved. Everything was corporate. They called me replaceable. But replacing silence is expensive. This isn't just revenge. This is a warning. Companies ignore people. They prioritize deals over dignity. They silence voices instead of fixing culture. But ignored voices become systemic risks. And sometimes, the person holding the keys decides not to lock the door, but to burn it down. So tell me, was this justice or destruction?